Hey beautiful soul, welcome back to another video here on my channel. If you are new, hi, my name is Natalie and this is Be a Free Spirit. The purpose of this channel is to bring awareness to the self. So I do focus a lot on self-awareness, self-love, self-care, self-growth, anything to do with the self. So if that's something that interests you, consider subscribing for more content surrounding that topic. But today's reading is going to give you insights into the full moon that is coming up. And this is called the worm moon. And the reason why is this is the first full moon after the spring equinox. So it's a very fertile time to heal and release things that no longer serve you, and also manifestation, right? We've kind of been talking about how big this season is for planting those seeds. But this is a moon that is really gonna show us what we need to release, okay? So that's what I wanted to focus on today. So before we jump into the reading, definitely just want to give a few disclaimers that if there's anything in this reading that doesn't resonate, could be that message wasn't meant for you. This is a collective reading, so please just use your intuition. I also like to mention on my channel that not every pick a card reading that I upload may be meant for you at that point in your journey. So just use your intuition and ask yourself, is this meant for me right now? And I trust you guys completely, but just something I want to add, I want to make sure you're actually taking these insights from spirit and applying them into your life, okay? So let's go ahead and get a close-up of the decks and then we'll jump straight into the reading. Before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and light this incense. So just set the intention of gaining complete clarity. We want to make sure that we get these messages clear, so allow your intuition to connect to the energy of this reading so that you can see these messages clearly. There's a lot of fire energy with this full moon and a lot of things are being brought to the surface. So you could have felt like very emotional and off the past couple of days. I know I have, and it's been pretty insane. But it's because that's what spirit is trying to show us, is that these things are no longer serving us and we need to make space. And that's been a theme, I think, throughout so much of the collective in general, is making space. I think that's what spirit is trying to get us to do right now, is to make space for things that are going to be coming into our lives this year. And in order to make space, what do you have to do? You have to get rid of things in order to make that space available. So let's jump straight into the close-up of the decks and then we'll jump straight into your readings. All right, so here's a close-up of the piles. We have group 1. This is lapis lazuli. This is group 2. This is aquamarine. This is group 3. This is pink tourmaline. This is group 4. This is orange calcite. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and meditate with those crystals. So I'm gonna give you 30 seconds as usual, starting right now. All right, I hope that gave you guys a moment to meditate with those crystals. Timestamps are listed down below for your group. Let's jump straight into the reading. All right, group one, welcome to your reading. Let's go ahead and put that there. So we're gonna pull your oracle cards first just to see what you need to know about this warm moon, and then what you're gonna be releasing with this full moon, and then just the energy that is gonna be coming. And then we'll just pull some fairy oracle cards live just to get some last messages or energy for that upcoming season or upcoming day, I guess, days, weeks. The upcoming time, we'll get some guidance. So let's jump straight into the first cards. All right, so we have You Are Good Enough. Okay, so if you've been watching some of my other pick a card readings, stepping into your power is a big collective message. And like I said at the beginning, right now Spirit is really trying to get us to make space, okay? It's also making space for us and making sure that we see our inner power. That's really what Spirit is trying to get the collective to basically advance to, but really elevate to. Right? Like raise our consciousness, and that's what we're all in the process of doing. And so with this, you know, full moon, this is a very healing moon, okay? So Spirit wants you to really recognize if there's mindsets, if there's words that you say, if there's situations or people, things that make you feel not the amazing being that you are, okay? Because there could still be some things in your life, or this is just reminding you to keep that space open for yourself and to care about yourself and know that you are perfect just the way you are and that you are unique for a reason, okay? Let's see what else they want you to know about this. Yep, it's time to release negativity. Yeah, what else we need to know about this warm moon, right? So really releasing things that are no longer serving you, okay? So and that's another full moon card. So this is a lot of healing things that are taking place during this full moon. So it's time to release, again, the mindsets that no longer serve you. That's what I'm kind of getting it is. So if you have negative self-talk, if you put high expectations on yourself, you know, perfection, whatever it is for you, there's, you know, really something that you are not treating yourself like the goddess you are. You are letting fear or ego take place. And so it's time to release that negative energy. And again, open the space so that you can allow new energy to come in that is for your highest good. And we might, you know, really get to see what that is with the energy cards. What else we got? Yep, confidence is the key to your success. Okay, so this is talking about full moon, right? See, full moon in Virgo, full moon in Scorpio. But now we have a new moon card because this is the energy that wants to fill this space. Courage, right? Confidence and courage, okay? Leo energy. Like pride in a very, though, graceful way. Again, you're really bringing your inner power. So you're bringing your higher self to come more into the default. Okay, so this is the energy that is wanting to come in, that this needs to be released. Okay, beautiful. Time to take a breath out. Yep, a breathe out, I guess. Yeah, exactly. It's just time to just take the next couple of days, okay? And even if you're watching this and the full moon has already passed, it doesn't matter because we're still just setting the intention of working with this energy in general, okay? So this is still relevant for whenever you're seeing this. So just make sure that you're allowing yourself to take the time to see what is no longer serving you so that you can allow this energy to come in, okay? Because this is inner power energy. There's no other way to describe it but Leo energy, right? Let's see what else we have. So this is stuff that you're going to be releasing, which is, we already know a little bit of that, right? Page of Wands, yep, coming into your power, right? So you're releasing these thoughts of any negative thoughts that you had around, I can't do this, I am not successful enough, why would people, you know, buy this, or why would people see me as this, or whatever. And it's like you, I think, have been working through these thoughts, right? But now it's time to really, really release them. So whether you've been working on them and you're unaware of them, write that crap down, okay? Write it down and then burn it. during this full moon. Allow this full moon energy to really come in and help heal and wash away this energy. Okay, that is come through really clear, because this inner power needs to come through so that you can stand in that confidence. Yeah, Nine of Swords. Yep. So what is making you feel in this energy, right? Is it someone that you get around and you're like, they don't really make me feel good? Is it somewhere you go? Is it your environment? Because I always love this card, because or is there fears that you have that are no longer serving you, right? Whatever it is for you, but you know, she's obviously in distress, and above her is all of these crows and ravens, and then you have like a ethereal looking raven, right? And so it's like your spirit guides are here to help kind of basically unveil the illusion, right? And so it's like, if you are in fear, no matter what, is kind of keeping some of this energy, right? It's just time to realize that this is not serving you, and there's new energy just waiting for you, but it can't enter because there's no space for it to enter to. Okay, energy still has to move through things, right? So, and then we have the Magician in reverse. Exactly. So releasing this energy will again allow you to step into this inner power. And it's not that you can't manifest things now, because you can. And see, like, these colors exist all right here. Do you see how crazy that is? So, because what I'm getting with that is the manifestation is so potent right now, because worm moon, right? Think about the true essence of a worm moon is, you know, that's the beginning of spring, because worms are starting to come out, because the soil is starting to get nutrient, right? And all these different things. And so that's the thing, is there's just more space that needs to be created for these seeds, okay? And you can manifest anything you want, but you need to allow this energy to escape, okay? You need to let it go, because it's almost maybe an energy that has kind of circled you, because I kind of do see like a lot of that, like a lot of circle. So like this energy kind of keeps coming back to you. Maybe it comes in different forms, but you need to release it, okay? So you'll have to really use your intuition and figure out what that is. But releasing that energy is going to bring you into this Magician energy, okay? You're gonna see your inner power and your capabilities, because I can when you release this energy, it will be instantaneously. You'll feel it and you'll be like, oh my God, and you'll feel lighter, and that is the space, okay? So yeah. And then we have Temperance. Yeah, exactly. You're balancing, right? You're balancing your life right now. Kind of like, there's also like masculine and feminine energy here, right? So being the balance of the two. And so that's what you're doing, right? Is right now, Spirit is asking you with this new moon, observe what is no longer serving you, because you are balancing. You need to get in balance to allow things to start coming to you that are part of your soul path. And you don't want to be stagnant, because those things are not coming to you if you're in this stagnant energy, okay? And a lot of it is always fear energy, right? So really figure out, why is it that I still have these mindsets? Why do I still, you know, want to hang around this person or this job or this environment, whatever it is for you? Understand why and release it, so that this can come in and that inner power can come in, okay? Beautiful. And then now this is the energy that's, I just saw that, fear, yeah. This is the energy that is kind of coming from this worm moon, and energy that can occur like after it as well. So look at that. That's exactly what is still holding you back, okay? This is the energy, okay? That is still in your life, because that's the thing, is fear is an illusion, but it is still an energy that we create, right? Because that's the thing, is if you're constantly living in fear, that's all you're gonna ever see. And so whatever you're fearing, okay, which is for most of you, probably all of you, you're fearing something, no matter what it is, the root is because of a fear. So look at the fear and realize, okay, where is this coming from? Because wherever this fear is coming from, you can understand the root and be like, I don't need to worry about that anymore. And it's gonna be so specific for everybody, okay? So use your intuition and ask your guides for help if you're unsure, but it really is just about looking at things in your life that really don't make you feel good. Just think about how you feel when you do certain things or when you're around certain people, okay, because there's a fear there. There's an energy of fear that needs to be released, okay, because it is blocking this other energy that is trying to come in. And that's why Spirit is saying, please balance yourself with this full moon, okay? Let's see what else we got. We got planning and action. Yet again, the energy of basically intention, right? So set the intention of wanting to face these fears and basically getting rid of the illusion, right? Dissolving the illusion. Ask for help, set these intentions, set the intention of what you want to manifest in your life. Okay, because that is the energy that is helping you right now, is planning and action. And again, that's what we're doing, right? That's what a warm moon is it's allowing us to plant those seeds. Okay, manifestation energy is so potent right now. So really figure out this fear so that this doesn't block anything that you are wanting to come into your life. Okay, so huge, because you have to be able to set intentions and again put them into action by, okay, now you're getting this insight, right? So if you're watching this, obviously for a divine reason, you're here watching this, take these insights and now apply them into your life. Okay, yeah. And then transformation cycle. That's what is trying to be completed right now with this full moon, okay? Is a end of a transformation cycle, because there's another one right after it that is propelling you forward, okay? That is so clear. Cycle. Ugh, yeah, and see, like 5, right? Like there's actually 2 5s here, because what I'm getting with those 5s is it's kind of just looking at the energy of it's not quite at a 10, right? I mean, when you add those together, it's 10, but what I'm getting is they're both separately 5, because again, it's being blocked. It's being blocked from being completed. Again, it's been cycling through this energy, and it's okay. Spirit just wants to bring it to your awareness so that you can be like, oh no, I don't want this to be the case. I want to come into this energy, right? Because then you add 5 and 5 and then you have 10, right? 10 in numerology is completion. And so that is what is basically happening here, is a completion if you allow it. Okay, and that's like the big thing, is you have the choice here. So let's just get some last messages around this full moon from the fairies and just kind of from your guides in general. These are very glossy cards. Okay, here we go. Okay. Last messages for group 1 regarding this worm moon. Interesting. Oh, whoop, that's too many. All right. I think Spirit's like, that's it. All right. Fix those later. All right, so we have nature signs. Be receptive to subtle messages from nature as you go about your day. Nature talks to us continually. We only need to open our minds. Okay, yeah, remember how I talked about, like, you need to, be in general open. Okay, we're seeing clearly, right? So, but Spirit is sending you a lot of signs, a lot of synchronicities, things that, you might be like, is that a coincidence? No, there's no such thing as a coincidence. If it means something to you, that's a synchronicity, okay? So you're getting synchronicities to help kind of move you forward, okay? You've been, I think, having this feeling of this energy is kind of pushing, because Spirit is trying to get you to see it so that you can be like, no, but, right? What else we got? Yeah, we have hope. Hope is always there, even if we can't see it, okay? So, you're in fear, right? And it makes sense when you're in this fear cycle and it can just continuously loop. It feels completely defeating, and it feels, how am I ever going to get out of this? And especially when you're not even aware to it, right? Most people go through their lives never being aware to what's going on, right? But always have hope, because there is a lot of hope here, right? It's very clear. Spirit is making it super clear on what you need to do. So continue to have hope that your life is changing and unfolding, okay? It's up to you to choose if you want to really dig into these fears, see where they come from, and release it so that you can have the space for new energy to come in. Okay, so yeah, this is your message for the full moon, the worm moon. So definitely let me know what you think down below in the comments if this resonated, and consider subscribing and joining the community. But I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next group. So I will see you guys in the next reading. All right, group 2, welcome to your reading. So we're going to start with these oracle cards that are going to give us just a little bit of overview information on what you need to know about this full moon, what you're releasing, and then the energy that is coming from this full moon. And then we'll also pull some fairy cards at the end just to get any last messages. Okay, so let's jump straight in and see what you need to know about this worm moon. We have the answers you need are coming. Okay, let's see what that pertains to. And then we have hold your vision. Okay, yeah, so what I'm getting is you've been working on some really good manifestations lately. And you know, this is the perfect time for that because it's a very potent manifestation time, right? Worm, moon, right? Fertile. And so if you've been asking your guides for clarity, or you've been asking your guides for, I don't know, is this coming? I've been manifesting it, but I don't know. The answers you need are coming, and they might be in here too, okay? So, or at least part of the answer. So continue to hold that vision because things are in divine timing right now. Things are happening on your behalf. And the thing about manifestation is things will always manifest in the 5D before they do in our physical reality. So though you manifest, why isn't it anything happening? It is going to show up when it needs to in your life, and it manifests there before you see it, right? So just continue to hold that vision and know that things are in like divine timing, okay? Because we have a full moon here, right? So this is a good place to be, that you're in, it does seem like you're in a balance, right? And so continue to hold the vision you have, fixed moon. Continue to stay fixed on what you want because you're in the right place, okay? You're down the right lane. Lots of blue too here. So you know, I think you're in your power, and that's something that as the collective that's kind of been an overall message, right? Is for us to come into our power and make space. And it really seems like you've done a lot of that already, which is great. So really great to see. Let's see what else then you need to know. And this is what you're going to be releasing as well. So we have the Tower. Okay. Yeah. So I don't think this is a tower moment that's already happened. I think you've had a ton of towers lately. And you know, a lot of things have already fallen. There might be a few more things that do need to fall that you will see. So if you've been asking spirit for something, they might be clearing the way. So, but I don't think that's for all of you. So kind of just take it as it resonates and just be open to this Tower card is beautiful because I think it's a great way to describe it. There's a lot of butterflies around it, and it's like, it's really not as big as everyone, you know, makes it out to be sometimes. But the Tower, it's really just about things may fall down in your life that are not going to serve what you're asking for. Okay, so spirit is showing you what you need to release to make space for what you're asking for. Okay, so that's what I'm getting. So that's one of the answers, I think, to maybe some of the questions you've been asking, is there's more that will happen in order to create space. Okay, so continue to hold the vision though, because again, those thoughts are manifesting your reality. So don't allow this Tower moment to be a defeating moment, right? When these things happen, just be like, okay, cool. Why is this happening? What is being triggered? What is making me feel, you know, sad, anxious, depressed, whatever it is, right? Because spirit's trying to show you what to release, okay? And you may have already been feeling it. Look at that. We have the Lovers. Wow. Okay. So we got some love energy, definitely. So I think you're releasing maybe some old love that doesn't serve you. Okay, I think that could be one thing, that the vision that you have for yourself is, I think, to have a really great love, right? Whether you're single or in a relationship, it doesn't matter. You want someone that you connect with on a deep soul level, okay? And so whether you have that in your life, it's just something that you're really wanting. And so for some of you, I don't think this message is for all of you, but for some of you, you're holding on again to kind of like past things, okay? Some past things that will come to basically light. So these things that are going to be coming to the light, just see them, okay? Acknowledge and be like, okay, why is this coming to the light? And I think for some of you, it may be around like something to do with past relationships, right? And it could be like mindset, codependencies, like different things for many different people, right? But it's definitely going to be something that is going to be shown to you. And that's when you take the moment to be like, okay, take a deep breath and say, okay, where is this coming from? And face it, because the full moon is going to help you release it, okay? And that's what they want you to do, because this vision that you have, it's at work, but space needs to be made for all of this new stuff to come, because what you manifest and more, right? The universe is always going to give you all this amazing abundance and in ways that you wouldn't expect. So there's space that needs to be made here in this specific area, okay? And then we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. Yeah, so there's a few tower moments that do actually need to occur, or I think for some of you, they may have been occurring this whole week or the past couple of weeks. So it's kind of, it really seems like it just depends, but I think we all have been kind of feeling this tense energy. And again, we're releasing things. This is a very, very powerful full moon, which is why I felt called to do a reading, really healing. And so things are going to be brought to the light if they already haven't been. And if they haven't already, it's going to be something that is not going to be so destructive in your life, right? But it is going to be something that will catch your attention, okay? So think about if stuff like that has already been happening. Think about, how's the last couple weeks been going as that energy has been coming in, right? Have you been feeling some of this intensity? Because Spirit just wants these moments to happen so you can release these to get into this energy, okay? They want you to follow your vision, follow your passions, okay? So that's what I'm getting. Let's see what other energy we have kind of going on with this worm moon. We have loss. Yeah, loss, right? The loss of a relationship. So some of you, could have gone through a breakup recently. Some of you, I feel like it could be really past old wounds that you maybe don't even realize that still impact you, right? I am getting that for some of you. So just take it as it resonates. But there was a loss with this situation, or in general, it doesn't even have to be like a romantic partnership, just kind of someone that you had like a deep connection with, okay? That it just didn't work out, and maybe you thought it would, and that you craved this intense relationship. And so, it's been hard to let it go. And so it's realizing that we're in charge of kind of how we feel about the loss, right? And that's why I love this card, because as you can see, they basically released the sailboat, right? Like they're the ones who released it, and they know that, but they're releasing it into the sunset because it's time to let it go, right? Think about, like in certain shows, they put people on, boats and send them out to the ocean as kind of like, after they die, right? And it's kind of just letting it go and giving it back, right? So that's the thing, is give this energy back, right? Whatever you feel a loss from, it's an event, right? Something that happened in your life. So it's still affecting you, whether you know it or not. Because like I said, I think for some of you, you may be like, but that happened like forever ago. But there's something about it. There's a root about it. And I think it's something in your root chakra. So think about the root chakra: stability, foundations, safety, right? Okay, so kind of basic, right? Like human needs. That's what the root chakra is in charge of. And I do see a lot of red here. So, and I talked about balance, because I do feel like you're in pretty good balance, but there's one like little still thing there's still like a little bit of energy that's kind of cycling through, this fire energy that is just still kind of pent up and just kind of cycling through, right? So it's not so detrimental, and that's why it may seem like it is with all of this energy, but it's pretty just bringing it to the awareness and realizing why it's connected to your root chakra, something to do with stability. And again, it's just bringing awareness to it. And once you bring awareness to it, you can release it, okay? You can release it. I know it seems intense because I can feel you know, maybe some like kind of anxiety maybe, but you have the power to choose if this still impacts you or not. Okay, that's truly like the power of this card. I just can't stop showing it because I really love it. I think it perfectly describes it's really hard, and it's okay to mourn it and to feel sad. And so if you've never done that, you need to do that and write it down, write a letter to this person, right, of this event, whatever happened in your life that created loss, write a letter, okay? And if it's not like a person, writing down how it made you feel, right, and how you were hurt and impacted by this will allow you to feel validated, and then say, I'm ready to let it go. And then you burn that, okay, on the full moon. And if you're watching this after the full moon, you still do it because you're harnessing the intention of this new moon or this full moon energy, okay? Whew, yeah, I feel a lot of emotion for sure. Like a lot of, I keep seeing these three, and again, it's that root chakra is really coming through. So yeah, let's see what else we got. We got consciousness, deserving, okay? So this is actually what I feel like you've been working on, okay? Because remember how I said at the beginning, I feel like you actually have a lot of clarity and balance, and your throat chakra is really clear. And that's why I do feel like that's the case. And this is kind of just like one thing that is still just like the last thing you need to kind of dispel, right? Because you've raised your consciousness. This is like the solar plexus, right? So you do feel deserving. And you know, I think you've come a long way maybe from this breakup too, where, or this event in your life maybe made you feel lost, okay, and also like not worthy. And I think you've worked on a lot of that feeling, okay? And you've been like, no, I'm deserving, I deserve the best, the sun energy, right? And so that you're conscious, you've been raising your frequency. And so I don't want you to feel like, oh, well, crap, I feel like I've been working hard and I haven't, because Spirit is like, no, you have to realize you've made a humongous stride here. And because you've made this humongous stride, all more reason to let this sailboat go, right? Let this go so that you can allow more energy to enter this field of tulips that is just blossoming for you, okay? Wow, yeah. And then the last card we have is consciousness, dark thoughts. Yeah, so I think this is kind of like in the middle, right? This is energy that I think can come from maybe some of these things that need to happen, or this is something that is, you know, still connected to this, where dark thoughts come up because of these things, or that's where it is connected, that it needs to be released. That's all I see is just like this ball of like really like kind of fiery, right? Like red energy that is just located in that root chakra. That's just what I'm seeing. And so it can cause dark thoughts because it is an energy that needs to be released because it's no longer serving you, right? And so that, I think, is what Spirit is saying, is deep in your unconscious, right? Those dark thoughts are going to emerge if this energy is not dispelled, okay? That is something that your spiritual team is just saying, is please get to the root of this energy in your root chakra and completely release it. And you've done a lot of what you need to, right? I think you've reversed the mindsets that occurred because of this loss against yourself, right? You had negative self-talk, you didn't feel like you deserved love, and you've completely changed that within your consciousness. And so the last thing to do is just to, again, get to that root and figure out what's going on. I repeated it like 5 times, but it's because Spirit's like, please make this clear. So anyways, I hope that's clear. But overall, you come a long way, and I really feel that. And that's why I can feel, you know, some tension of being like, ugh. And I know, you know, it can feel really overwhelming to feel like there has to be, you know, more things we need to work through. But that's why this full energy, like full moon energy, is here. Okay, that's what the full moon does, is help you release these really heavy things. I know it feels heavy, but you can do this, okay? And you deserve to do it, and you owe it to yourself for everything you've already done, okay? You owe it to yourself to just be like, no, it's time to let this go. I deserve to be in this energy all the time, okay? You already have so much balance going on, so this is just the last piece, okay? So let's just pull some last cards. Just see if there's anything, whoop, that didn't shuffle. See if there's anything else that Spirit wants to say regarding this worm moon. Any last messages for group 2 regarding this worm moon? Okay. Bottom of the deck energy, we have shine within. Look at that. Shine within, okay? The sun energy, right? Again, you've done so much work with yourself already. So continue to let that light get even brighter, okay? Yeah. All right, so we have precious time. The Fairy of Time wants you to experience every moment fully. Be mindful not to waste your own time, right? So like that's what they're saying here is your time is precious. And right now, don't allow that to go to your dark thoughts, aka the shadow self, right? Don't allow those thoughts to take up of your time, to take your energy, right? This stuff doesn't serve you, so you let it go because your time is precious, because you deserve to feel your best every single day, not be dealing with this. Yeah, love it. Life energy, the happy fairy of sunshine brings you lots of life-giving energy. She reminds you to shine your light and reveal anything in the shadows that needs to be healed. I mean, mic drop, right? Like this is basically the same card in 2 different decks, which is so beautiful, right? It's the same energy. Exactly, like they said it perfectly. She reminds you to shine your light and to reveal anything in the shadows that needs to be healed. And so it is, right? Wow. Yeah, you can do this, okay? You can do this. Your solar plexus is really on fire. It's really ignited right now. And if you, aren't familiar with the solar plexus, definitely look into the root chakra and the solar plexus and the throat chakra, because your throat chakra is engaged, right, in a positive way, and your solar plexus chakra is ignited, okay? It's the root chakra that just needs this healing. Once you do that, you got some powerful, flowing, balanced energy, okay, in your chakras. Love it. So definitely let me know what you guys think about this down below with this worm full moon, and let me know if it resonated, and consider subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next reading. All right, group 3, welcome to your reading. So we're gonna start with your oracle cards, and this is gonna give us a general overview of what you need to know about this worm moon, and then some things you're releasing with this full moon, and then the energy that is coming with this, okay? And then we'll pull some fairy cards live just for some last messages. So let's jump straight into it. Yeah, your commitment is being tested, okay? I never really love this wording because Spirit doesn't like test us, it's just, I don't know. I don't love that wording. Like Spirit doesn't try to like trick us, I don't know. What this is really just saying is it's more just about you're in a really important transition right now, okay? And there's things that your higher self has agreed to basically complete or do during this time, right? And so it's more just saying like there's things that you need to be focusing on, and I think that will come to light in some of the other cards. And so it's more just about Spirit, wants you to be aware of these things and work towards these things, okay? But I don't love that wording. And then we have your hard work is paying off. Capricorn energy represent. So yeah, new moon in Capricorn, look at that. So the hard work that you've already done is paying off, okay? And so that's the thing, is I think that's probably not surprising that it's like you are having things kind of pop up that you need to complete or face or whatever the case is, because you're just kind of going along, right, on your soul journey, and you're just kind of hitting these milestones. And so all the hard work that you've already put in is paying off, okay? Whether you're seeing it physically yet or not, it's definitely paying off. And know that this is also something that's coming with this worm moon, is definitely kind of this energy of we're planting these seeds and now we're gonna nurture the hell out of those seeds because we love them, right? They're little manifestation babies. So think about that too, in the sense of like this new moon energy, Capricorn energy. Let's go, let's go, let's go, right? Like, go after what you're passionate about, for sure. Emotions are running high right now. Yeah, I can relate. So I don't know about you guys, but I think some of you probably have been feeling really impacted by this full moon. Who here has been personally victimized by the full moon? Right? Like, you could have been really feeling it. And if that's the case, it's see what is triggering you. And if that's the case, it's just bringing awareness to, okay, is there something that I need to release? Is this bringing awareness to how I, feel about situations? So your emotions are going to be running high during this time. Okay. So just be aware of them. And because emotions are going to be running high in general, just take extra time to kind of take a deep breath before you react to things, okay? Because again, you're on a very specific path right now. You have very specific like milestones, markers that you're getting to, and you're on the right path right now. So Spirit is just saying, just work with your ego, right? Work with your emotions, that just kind of take extra time to just kind of take a breath before you react to situations. Work through those fears. Yeah, so again, emotions are running high. So when you feel like something like triggers you or causes you anxiety or to feel fear, what is it that is causing it, okay? Because the emotions are going to run high for you to see what is going on in your life. Gotta love that full moon energy, right? It slaps you in the face sometimes to be like, look, this is what is not serving you. So you have to be like, okay. So, because we have a lot of new moon energy here too, which is kind of in the sense of, it's time to release all this and give it to the universe, right? Give this energy to the universe, this kind of high emotions, kind of like kind of on edge anxiety, because I do kind of feel that with your pile. So work through the fears that you're having that are appearing, so that, because I don't think all of them are like rooted where it's something that's unhealed. I think some of them are just fears that pop up from the ego, right? Like, you're like, all of a sudden your ego will be like, I don't know if you should do that. Remember what happened last time? And that's when you work through your fears and you say, yeah, that did suck last time when that happened, but it's okay because we take chances. We're fearless, right? We're working through the illusion of fear, and the universe is looking out for us. So we're okay, right? Let's see what else you're releasing. We have Queen of Swords. Yep, you're releasing these fears to get into that fearless mindset, right? Being the master of your thoughts, okay? And so, yeah, that's the thing, is I don't think there's a lot you need to work through as far as like deep rooted. It's more just about when you get those fears, kind of looking at them and being like, no, because you're fearless. You are fearless. That is who your soul is. That is who your higher self is. It's who you truly are. And so allow yourself to step into that energy, okay? You face those thoughts, those fears with that energy and be like, we're good. I love it. We have Justice in reverse, okay? Balance, right? So I think this is just the last, like kind of a last piece, right? That Spirit wants you to focus on with this full moon is just to kind of get more awareness into this area, right? So that going in the future, because that's the thing, is it's like, we're human. It's not like we can get rid of our fears and ego forever. It's always going to be part of our lives. So it's about kind of bringing in the balance and harmony of understanding how to work through your fears. I think that's what Spirit is saying, right? Is when you make the conscious effort to look the fear in the face and be like, why? Then it no longer has power and you can easily brush away the illusion, right? And then eventually over time, that just becomes your default. But right now, that's the balance that Spirit is asking for, right? That is what you need with your higher self, is to have that balance of being fearless and working through those fears as soon as they hit, so that you don't even have to worry about them, right? Yep. Queen of Cups. Yeah, look at that. Like, intuition, right? Your intuition is really on point right now. So really recognize what is coming up for you emotionally, okay? I think that's really big, because there's a lot of emotions going on, especially with that Queen of Cups energy, which I relate to her, honestly. Like, it's so weird, because like I can relate to you guys that this has been, a hard full moon, but it's also like, I do feel like, okay, I understand what's happening, right? And so emotions are high, your intuition is high. So see what is coming up for you, okay? Use that intuition for sure. And then we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Again, balance, okay? Balance. This is a balance that is needing to take place to basically create the balance of you going after what you want, right? Because this is Two of Pentacles, right? So abundance, right? And that's the thing, is fears are what always stop people from going after what they want, because it's the fear of, but what if this? But what if this, right? And it's just our ego trying to protect us. But when you're conscious, you can say, no, I got this. I'm in complete awareness and control of my actions. Love it. Yeah, so that just being aware of what's coming up during this full moon, write it down, burn it on the full moon, or burn it, you know, with the intention of using that full moon energy, and then you're on your way, okay? Let's see what other energy we got going. We got spirit angels of 4 directions. Okay, so 4, right? Like, so kind of 4 pathways is actually instantly what I got. So what I'm getting is when some of this energy like clears out, some of this fear, and you kind of, you know, stand in this Queen of Swords energy and you're like, let's go, right? And that, again, that Capricorn energy, that new moon, like kind of all this new journey energy that I'm feeling, right? And so there's like 4 directions that are going to be available to you, okay? And they'll unfold to you, and things are unfolding for you as they need to, but just know that more paths are going to open to you. And the thing is you have free will, so you can choose which one really calls to you. That's the thing, right? Is Spirit is saying you have free will. You have, you know, your own soul mission, and you're here to do your own things, but everybody's mission is different. Even though we're all here to be light workers, right? Or some of us, that doesn't mean we all are going to do it the same way, right? So that's what Spirit is saying with that. And then we have energy of true love, okay? But I love this card because she's looking in the mirror. This is about true love of yourself, okay? Which I really feel like you've been working hard on, and what is really coming out as a result of this. Again, that inner balance, okay? Because you got Queen of Cups energy here in your freaking emotional intuition power, okay? Queen of Swords energy, again, in that power of I got my thoughts, right? Those are 2 Queen's cards here, okay? And so that's the thing, is you're really starting to come into this energy of self-love, which is beautiful, because you're starting to see the amazing being that you are, which is why a lot more things are going to start manifesting for you, okay? So that's kind of the energy that's coming with this, which is beautiful. I love it. And you got another 4 there as well. So you got, you know, you might see 4 a lot. That doesn't have to pertain, but that's just definitely something I see, right? And then we have your higher self, Spirit. Your higher self is coming into the default. Okay, I've talked a lot about this on my channel because this is that energy that I've been feeling with the collective kind of messages, right? Is we're all moving the ego out of the default, because by the default, right, our ego was put there by society. That's just what we were taught. But now we're breaking out of that. This age of Aquarius is breaking out the ego and putting our higher self in the driver's seat, okay, in the controller of the robot, the avatar, whatever, you know, resonates. But that is what you're doing, okay? You're coming into your higher power, being the driver. And you know what? Your higher power does not have fears, right? Because fear is an illusion. And so that is like the main thing that you're going to be working with this full moon. Beautiful. And then we have stuck energy. Yep. So again, like, what if you want to make sure that you clear out this fear energy, because it is going to cause this cycle of feeling stuck, and you don't want that, because that's what fear does to us. It keeps us stuck. It keeps us in the same place because it's safe, right? But we don't need to fear the unknown. We don't need to fear taking chances. Everything is happening for us as it needs to, right? And so I think Spirit is just kind of more like just saying, please understand that if you don't work through these fears, they're always just going to keep kind of nagging you like a scorpion, right? Just kind of like going after you, and you're going to end up feeling stuck, and you don't want that. So definitely make sure that whatever's coming to light right now, whatever emotions are running high for you right now, like face that and be like, okay, what? Who are you? What's up? You know? So, all right. Let's now get some kind of live energy from the fairies. What does group 3 need to know about this worm moon? Inspiration. Oh, yes, that's right. Oh God, hold on. Inspiration. It says, be prepared, as soon you'll receive a visit from the fairy of inspiration. Remember how I said you're going to be getting a lot of intuition downloads about different paths that you can take, okay? And so that is what's going to be happening. Like, just face these fears and know that you can manifest and take any path that you want. Okay, and so you're gonna get some inspiration downloads for sure really soon. So be prepared for that and just go with whatever your soul is called to the most. Okay, there might be different options that are available to you that you'll be like, well, I kind of like all of these. And it's like, we'll explore them, all of them, until you really are like, no, this is it. Because you have to figure out how to express your light work, right? You have to figure out how to express it in a way that is meaningful and passionate to you. For me, it's this way, right? It's helping people find themselves. That's personally how I do it. But you're gonna have a lot of options about how you can do it. So just take that inspiration and run with it. And then we have flourish. Yep, the lotus flower fairy tells you to learn from experience and shed your inner light on any unclear areas of your life. Right? Like we're seeing clearly, right? That's the intention that we set. And so we're seeing clearly here and you're ready to flourish. But people who are, fearless are the ones who flourish, right? Because nothing holds them back. And that is what is ready for you, okay? Solitude. Yeah. Think of being alone as meaning all in one. Again, coming into your power, inner power, that higher self. Yes. So overall, this was your message for the full moon or the worm moon. So definitely let me know what you thought about this and if it resonated, and consider subscribing and joining the community. And I will see you guys in the next reading. All right, group 4, welcome to your reading. So we're going to start with your oracle cards, and this is going to give us just basically what you need to know about this worm moon, and then things you're going to be releasing, and then the overall energy that's coming with this full moon, okay? And then we'll pull some fairy cards live just to get some last messages. So let's jump straight in, shall we? We have adjustments are required. Okay, let's see what that's about. Bring love into the situation. I see. Okay. And don't let pride get in your way. Okay, so I feel like right now, again, remember full moons are really used for healing, okay? And so what Spirit is saying here is there's something in your life. It's basically the way you're reacting to something in your life, okay? You're reacting in a very prideful way instead of reacting in a compassionate and positive way, and this just kind of has you in this energy that just needs to be released, okay? So even if this situation has already happened, the adjustment is just realizing that to truly operate out of your soul and higher self is to operate out of love, okay? So every action that you take, think about doing it from a place of love, okay, of understanding. And so pride in our ego, right, can really get in the way of that, because we're like, I'm not going to apologize. They were in the wrong. Or why would I do that? They were in the wrong, or whatever the case is, right? It doesn't matter. But it's just about allowing yourself to step into that love space, okay? So even if it's just energy and this situation is already past, it's just about making the adjustment of really operate out of that heart chakra, okay? Let's see what else the tarot cards have to say, because I feel like, yeah, this is what you're releasing, right? What Spirit wants you to release. Yeah, the High Priestess in reverse. Yep, so you need to come into your energy, right? And in order to do that, again, you got to be operating out of love, because that is the highest frequency, okay? So Spirit wants you to really be able to step into that energy of love, and whatever situation, has you feeling prideful, or has you feeling hurt, or whatever the situation is, but it's something that your ego is taking place of instead of your higher self, okay? Because the High Priestess is kind of like the higher self card, right? It's about kind of just being in touch with the universe, in touch with source. And, I definitely think you are, but Spirit's just saying, but please, you have to operate out of love. And so whatever situation, kind of made you not react that way, it's just about looking at the situation and being like, okay, I need to change my feelings about this, right? I need to change my perception, and then it's time to let it go because it doesn't serve me anymore, right? And that's the adjustment required, is let go of what is blocking you from coming into this High Priestess energy, your highest inner energy, right? The true person that you are. And then we have the King of Cups in reverse. Yep, again, so kind of like intuition, being in touch with your emotions. You need to allow those emotions to flow too. I'm getting if you've been holding back in pain, because I do see, kind of maybe feeling isolated, right? Or feeling in pain because of this situation. And that's where your ego is like, no, this causing pain, But your higher self, wants you to step into these higher energies, these higher frequencies, right? And when we stay in this vibration of basically pride of the ego, then we're not operating at the highest frequency of our higher self. And then, you are operating out of fear-based mindsets and things that aren't serving you. And so Spirit is just saying, be aware of what the situation was, okay, if it's already occurred or if it's happening now or whatever the case is, and just kind of basically you need to sit down and write it down, right? Maybe write a letter to the person just to get your feelings all out there. And then it's about, okay, I have been validated. I've written down, why I've been hurt. And then I'm going to change the perspective of this. Yes, I was hurt, but I'm going to choose to let it go, right? Which can be so hard. It's easier said than done. Seven of Cups. 7 of choices. Yeah, because you have a choice to make, right? Again, this is your choice. You have free will. Don't let this pride step in the way of your higher self, because it's not truly power, right? And it's hard to be the bigger person, right? And it's not even about being the bigger person. It's just about operating out of love and compassion and understanding can help resolve all of these pent-up emotions and energy that we're feeling, right? Because Spirit doesn't want you to be stuck in this energy, okay? So yeah, make the choice of how, you want to approach the situation. Maybe the adjustment required, and that's what you're going to have to really discover for yourself. Maybe this situation wasn't resolved, and so you need to talk with this person or whatever the case was, right? But there's adjustment that does need to be required. So you need to really look at the situation, okay, with the 7 of Cups and make the choice, okay? Are you going to what do you need to do to move forward and make the adjustments to operate out of love? Do you just let it go? Do you need to, write it all out? Whatever it is for you, that's the choice that you need to make. That Spirit is saying, please use this full moon energy to make that choice and really allow this love energy to come in its place of the ego, okay? Love it. Yeah, we have 3 of Cups. So spend some time with friends, okay, in reverse. Because spend some time with friends who operate out of love, okay? Friends, family, loved ones, pets even, right? But just surrounding yourself with people who operate out of that heart chakra, because or things, or a pet, right? Because that's the love that you need to feel. That's the unconditional love that you need to feel, because that will raise your frequency, right? By even being surrounded and being like, wow, this feels so good, right? And so surround yourself with the people who do make you feel that way. And maybe you even need to talk with them about it. That could be for some of you, right? Open up to your friends about what you're struggling with. That's also why we have amazing soul tribe, people in our life to help us. And so maybe that's the adjustment. I think you're gonna have to take it with your intuition, right? And your intuition's on point right now, so trust what it's saying. And then we have the Ace of Wands. Yeah, so again, it's just about bringing the awareness to this situation, okay? So bringing the awareness to this and make the adjustment that you need for yourself to move forward, okay? What do you need to move forward? That's what you need to figure out, and that's the choice you need to make. And then surround yourself with things that make you feel empowered, things that will raise your frequency, okay? Because Spirit wants you to take advantage of this energy, right? This warm, full moon energy, to get rid of what's no longer serving you, so that your thoughts can start manifesting a beautiful reality, and you raise your frequency, you raise your consciousness to come into this high priestess energy, okay? Yep. That's definitely what Spirit's saying. So let's see what other energy is kind of going on. This is pretty, I mean, you know, it's very straight to the point. It's, you know, I definitely can feel like maybe an overwhelming, right? But it's just make that choice and then allow it to come to you, and be open to receiving love and help. And you're gonna feel empowered immediately when you surround yourself with that frequency, okay? People, friends and colleagues, Spirit wants you to connect to people, okay? Connect to people who make you feel amazing, who make you feel empowered, who operate out of that heart chakra, who want to have some fun, okay? That's definitely, and I knew that was coming strong. Like, that's what Spirit wants you to do, is to connect to people, to feel the love, because I don't feel like this is such a big root issue, right? I feel like it's more bringing this Ace of Wands energy, the awareness to, you know, what is, you know, maybe still bothering you about a situation, right? And then you bring the awareness and you go and have some fun, spend some time with your friends, and you're making the adjustments that you need. Okay, you're bringing love into the situation instead of your ego. And then we have cycle, decrease. Okay, so a cycle is ending, right? And the cycle that's ending is definitely a spiritual one. I see a lot of purple, right? And so it's just kind of telling me that this is a spiritual cycle, okay? And this is the lesson, you know, I think you're in a big lesson right now. And this is, I think, why this is so huge, right? Is this is a big lesson to learn how to put your pride and ego, because they're the same thing, right? To put your ego out of the way and allow your heart, your higher self, to be the one who steps in instead, okay? That's the kind of the big lesson that you're kind of making. And so it's like Spirit is saying, decrease your ego, right? Decrease the power that your ego has over how you react to situations, okay? So when you feel, okay, this happened, take a minute to breathe and operate out of love. Yeah, absolutely. And I think simply just by surrounding yourself with people who make you feel loved is going to raise your frequency so like fast that you're going to be like, all right, let's go. So you deserve to feel that love in your life, okay, so you can operate out of that. Wow. The vast universe, Spirit. Yeah, you know how I said this is like a spiritual like cycle that you're closing? That's like exactly what's happening. You have a lot of inner power, that high priestess energy that is just waiting to be released, but you cannot do it when you are operating out of the ego. And it's hard. And obviously it's way easier said than done, because we're talking about reprogramming a part of your conscious. Like, science hasn't even really figured that out yet, right? We're really just trying to figure this out. But that's the thing, is it's just about bringing awareness to why your ego comes in these situations and saying, cool, I see, I get it, I understand why you're scared, why you feel this way or whatever to your ego, but we're gonna move through love, we're okay, everything is gonna be fine, right? Because decreasing your ego being the one in the driver's seat allows you to get out of this energy, right? So that's just what I'm getting, is you're finishing the cycle, so allow it to be so, right? Yeah, because that vast energy, yeah, like one source, right? Like source, like Spirit is here being like, please just understand, we need you to be in your highest power, you want to be in your highest power, right? So please just understand, focus on bringing love, not ego, to any situation. And we're human, it's not perfect, right? Obviously, it's gonna take time, but eventually, the more that you bring the awareness to those patterns, the more that you don't have to really think about it, because it will just become your default. So definitely. All right, last messages for group 4 around this worm full moon. Messages for group 4. Messages for group 4. I feel like that was too many. I think maybe just that one. Let me see. All right, let's see. Oh, yeah. Abundance. Prepare yourself for incoming abundance. Release any mental blocks that you may have. In fairyland and human land, there's enough abundance for everyone. Yeah, oh yes. Yes, because the ego will always be responsible for competition, for feeling like there might not be enough. You know, what do I do? And that is never the case, right? Like, there is enough for everyone to be rich and happy and successful and joyous and abundant in everything if we all just allow it, right? So when you're operating out of love, that's what the abundance frequency is. Okay? Abundance comes in many forms. It's an energy. And so that's the thing, is that is what is available to you when you're operating out of that heart chakra. And I think, you know, even for some of you, this could just be a reminder, right? To just operate out of that heart chakra. So just take it as it resonates for sure. I just want to see the bottom of the deck. Motivation. When spring approaches, the flower fairies urge you to spring into action. If there's something you've been merely thinking about doing, get busy and do it. Right? Like, you have some passions that are under the surface. I know it, okay? But this is what you need to, this energy needs to be dispelled first, okay? Because the ego, again, has no presence in your higher self. Your higher self doesn't deal with that, right? So that is completely a human thing. And so we want the higher self to come in and be the default. So overall, this is your full moon message for the worm moon. So definitely let me know what you think about this and if it resonated, and consider subscribing. And I will see you guys in the next video.